It's time to talk about the most improved students of the month for the month of April, and then we've got some bug students to talk about in just a minute. Where are we going to start? We're going to do the most improved or the bugs?
Let's do the most improved.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, Anthony, this is the 8th month now, the month of April, the last month that we'll be celebrating the monthly award. And then next month in May, the teachers, they have to decide amongst the 8 students previously nominated for the most improved for each month. They have to decide who will be the most improved student of the year. And that student will get a plaque with their name on it. So for April, in Holloman Middle School, the 6th grader is Xander Sepulveda, the 7th grader is Tatum Bell, and the 8th grader is one of our repeaters again, and that's Everly Woodruff. Everly, a young lady, also was recognized by her 7th grade group of teachers in February of 2024. Now, Chaparral Middle School, we have 3 new most improved students. The 6th grade is Shilia Dalton, the 7th grader is Tabor Huntington, and the 8th grader is Joseph Diaz. And in Mountain View Middle School, the 6th grader is Anaya Young Placencio, and then the 7th grader is Brady Yanez, and the 8th grader is Sophie Quick. So those are the April recipients for the month of April, and then we'll have more news at the end of the month of May, and I'll be sending that to you also for the most improved student of the year. Now, the bug program is third 9 week, and we have 3 schools, 2 of which have bugs, and the third one did not. So this is celebrating the third 9 weeks grading period, and those grades are compared to the second 9 weeks grading period. And if a student brings up in one subject area, one grade level from a D, or from an F to a D to a C to a B, or a B to an A, they qualify as a bug recipient. However, the main catch is they cannot have any grades that go down. So it's possible that a student could have 4 grades that go up and 1 grade that goes down, and that would eliminate them as a bug candidate. But in the first school, Imago Dei Academy, and for the third 9 weeks, there were 3 bug recipients, and that is a 3rd grader, Logan Arona, another 3rd grader, Kate Christensen, and a 4th grader, Allison Heilman. So we're happy to celebrate with them. Now, St. Francis Cabrini School had 6 bug recipients, and I'll give you an alphabetical list of those names, and they are Meadow Chico, Giancarlo Harris, Wyatt Radford, Adriana Rivas, Mary Sherwood, and David Stegner. Now, the one student, Wyatt Radford, he's a kindergartner, was a repeater, and that he was qualified as a bug in both the second and third grading period. So that's pretty cool. We'll keep our eye on Wyatt Radford to see if he's a three-peater, if he qualifies in the fourth 9 weeks also. So we're very, very pleased to celebrate these students for bringing up their grades, as well as the 9 students who qualify as most improved students for April. Now also, Anthony, I can't give you these names yet because the students have not been notified, but the Alamogordo Kiwanis Club gives 3 awards to the music program at the high school called the Arian Awards, and that's the most outstanding student in band, orchestra, and choir. And we have not yet given it to the students, so I cannot give you their names yet, but at the end of May, I'll have that information for you. Kiwanis also gave out 7 scholarships for the 4 Otero County schools, that being Mescalero High School, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Alamogordo High School. And we gave out 7 scholarships. They are $1,000 scholarships. And they're a little bit different, too, Anthony, because they're not a academic criteria type of scholarship. It's based on leadership, community involvement, and school extracurricular activity. And it's also different in that it pays off the second semester of a student's college career. And that's the intent is to help out paying for the books that a student incurs after their first semester. But they have to then submit their first semester grades, which they have to qualify with a 2.5 GPA. But that's based on the other 3 criteria that I mentioned earlier. So that pretty much will end our school year, 2024 to 2025, and things that we'll do there. In addition to that, we're in the process right now this month of visiting the 5 Head Start programs That's really fun, Anthony. You go to these Head Start programs, and they're all preschool kids, and we give them a book with their name on it, and they get to keep that book. And there's two of the Head Start programs in Mescalero, one at Mescalero and another one at another school called Carrizo. And then there's one at Tularosa, another school in La Luz, and then the last school, there's two Head Start programs in Alamogordo that we celebrate with those kids and give them books with their names on them. And they're simple books, and the kids get to pick out the books. And it's funny because they don't know what they're looking at. They might look at the color of the book and think that's cool. Or if they see a dragon or a dinosaur or an airplane or something like that, they think that's cool. But anyway, it's a book that they get to keep. And that's our preschool program. And that's all I have for you for right now, buddy.
Man, you had a lot, though, and I love every bit of it. It's so wonderful to be able to take a moment to recognize these kids for their hard work and be able to say, you know what? Yes, people did notice. And that probably, in many cases, if not most cases, plants a seed to go, if I work hard, people do notice.
That's really true. And especially the Most Improved Student of the Month. I visit every month the 3 middle schools, and I can't tell you the number of times out of the 81 kids that are recognized throughout the school year, how many times they come into the office and they think they're in trouble. That's kind of like you and I when we were called into the office back in the day.
But know it.
Then they find out that they're being awarded this certificate, and they're pleasantly surprised. Let me put it that way, just pleasantly surprised. And it's kind of fun to work with the kids at that level.
And I love the fact that you're there every month to do this. All right, so we'll talk to you in a few weeks. I cannot believe the school year is over. Unbelievable. It just seems like it just started.
It sure has. It sure has.
We are upon it, so we will talk to you in just a few weeks to hear about the Area Awards and the Most Improved Student of the Year. Cannot wait to hear those.
And then 4th 9 weeks of Bug Kids.
Oh,
also.
That's right. We got the bugs, too.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I forget about the bugs sometime, and I shouldn't, because they are just as hardworking as everyone else, and they deserve all the recognition in the world.
Well, they sure do. And let's not forget Second Life Media with Chris Edwards and the recognition that he gives to these kids also. That's greatly appreciated by the community and especially the parents.
We are proud to be partnered with you on this venture, Ned. We love the fact that we can be there with you on this.
Well, thank you, Anthony. I sure do appreciate your efforts.